The sealed tomb rests in the quiet of early dawn. Guards remain near the entrance, watchful and unaware of the mystery that is about to unfold. The stone covering the entrance is heavy and unbroken, and the burial place remains closed to the world. Brilliance gathers where darkness had been, not like fire, not like the rising sun, but like a glory that seems to come from beyond creation. The tomb is filled with divine light, and the sealed place becomes the center of a mystery greater than sorrow.
Heavenly messengers appear in the dawn light, testifying through their presence that the one who was buried is no longer there. The tomb now stands as a sign of victory. The women who come near the tomb carry sorrow in their hearts. They approach the place where death was expected to remain. Instead, they find absence, light, and mystery. The women see the stone moved away. The chamber is empty. The place of death has become the place of announcement. The stillness inside the tomb now carries the force of a divine declaration. In the wake of the empty tomb, the risen Lord begins to appear to those who love him. His presence is not the same as before, yet it is truly him. The resurrection is not only a return to life, it is the defeat of death itself. The power of sorrow has been broken by divine life.
In the days following the resurrection, the city does not yet know what has happened. The religious leaders go about their business, the Roman soldiers patrol their routes, but something has shifted in the spiritual fabric of the world. The disciples have gathered often in the upper room, the same room where they shared the Last Supper. It holds the residual presence of the risen Lord. It holds the remaining apostles. Mary, the mother of Jesus, is present among them. The disciples have been telling one another the stories. Peter speaks of the morning by the lake. Cleopas speaks of the road. Thomas speaks of the moment he placed his hand in the Lord's side. The risen Christ is real. On the morning of the 40th day, Jesus comes to them again. He does not simply appear in the room as he has done before. This time, he is present among them. He leads them out of the city. Jesus leads them to a clearing near the summit. The ground is flat enough to stand on, open to the sky, with a view that stretches across the valley to Jerusalem on one side and toward Bethany and the wilderness on the other. Jesus raises his hands to bless them. The disciples receive the blessing with open hearts. Some of them are weeping, not with grief, not yet, but with the overwhelming awareness of being loved. Jesus rises. He is above their heads now. He continues to rise. The sky deepens around the ascending Christ. The Blessed Virgin Mary is seated near the center of the room. Her hands rest in her lap, and there is about her a stillness that seems to draw the very air of the room toward her, as though she is the center around which everything else orbits. She does not move except to breathe, and even her breathing is so quiet that it seems part of the silence itself. Around her, the 11 apostles have gathered. Peter sits closest to her. He is a man who has wept and who has been forgiven, and the traces of both are visible in the lines of his face. John sits beside him, younger, his face lean and full of quiet intensity, his eyes frequently turning toward Mary as though drawing strength from her presence. James the Greater stands near. Blessed Mary prays. Her lips move without sound, and her fingers trace the beads of a simple cord she holds in her hands. The others pray too. The sound of prayer in the room is like then the fire appears. It is not fire as the world knows fire. It does not burn. They appear above the heads of those in the room, hovering, resting. The Holy Spirit descends. The descent of the Holy Spirit. The birth of the Church. Blessed Mary is the mother. She is the first disciple. She is the model of the Church. Blessed Mary lies upon a low wooden bed. Apostles around the bed stand. They do not speak. They only watch, some kneeling. Suddenly the light surges upward. Mary's form becomes translucent at the edges. Her hands remain folded. Her face turns, body rises in the bed and as if drawn by invisible current. Mary continues to rise, her be now fully upright, arms still cray over breast, eath the apostles and the open space that was once a room. Mary continues her ascent through the ranks of angels. The light grows stronger, becoming almost unbearable in its purity, yet never harsh. The angels form a living pathway of brightness around. A figure of infinite majesty is waiting there. Christ, risen and glorified, his wounds still visible as points of soft brilliance. He rises slightly as she approaches, his arms open. Mary's form draws near, lays In the radiant heights of heaven, far above every created world, the eternal throne of the most holy Trinity stands in perfect light. Jesus steps forward. He looks upon his mother with infinite tenderness. He lifts the crown of 12 stars. He raises the crown high above her head for a long moment, as if the whole of heaven is holding its breath. He lowers the crown and places it upon the head of the Blessed Virgin Mary. In that single movement, the meaning is clear. She is crowned not only as Queen of Heaven, but as Queen of Earth, Queen of all creation, Queen of every human heart that will ever seek her help. The Blessed Virgin Mary, crowned Queen of Heaven and Earth, stands forever at the side of her divine Son.